What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we are going to do an epic spoiler discussion for the Snyder Cut. We had a watch party that YouTube has taken down. And we also did a review. That's still up. So check out our review. But we're going to do a spoiler discussion and get in depth about all the stuff that we liked, that we maybe didn't like or did like, what they kept, what they didn't keep from the original. So we're going to get into all that. But before we do that, we got our intro. All right, we have returned. All right, Snyder Cut. Oh, 4 hours. 4 hours, epic movie. You know, I don't mind it being 4 hours because the pace moves so well.
Yeah, it's one of the most well-paced movies I've seen in a minute.
Yeah,
I mean, because we've watched movies like this year that were like an hour 45. That was like the longest, hour 45 of our lives.
Boy, I swear, it's movies that's not even an hour and a half that you be like, man, when is this gonna be over? You feel like you've been there 4 hours, but it's just so bad. But no, the pace moved well. But the thing was, like, when you got to like the 3 hour and 30-minute mark, you could have wrapped that up.
Yeah.
Not just because the story was done, but it was things in there when I was seeing it on rewatching it, because I watched it twice, I watched it again. It was things on there that I saw, if you could trim some of this fat, you could tell this whole story and get all stuff you needed to tell with this cut in like 3 hours and 20 minutes, 3 hours and 15 minutes.
And I feel like a lot like in a different year, that last hour or so would have just been like a bunch of deleted scenes on a DVD.
Yeah.
But hey, we made it, so we might as well put it in.
Well, I mean, because he has no way of getting all that deleted stuff. He just put everything in.
Put everything in it.
In which that's what you got to take into account.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of stuff would have been trimmed out, to make it more, to make it at least like 3 hours or whatever. So that's why I got to think about that, because I'm like, okay, this wouldn't have been in there. It's a lot of slow motion, but it was a lot of slow motion walks, just walking to your car in slow motion. You know what I'm saying?
Because and this is one of those things that it's a bit of a genre thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like the superhero walk.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, because when I rewatched it, I was like, okay, this could go.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the problems when if you're making a movie like this, there's some genre stuff you gotta trim off.
Yeah.
Just because you got so much you gotta get through.
Right, but then you also, the director cut is like, okay, you might shoot more than that's not going to get there, just to see what you're going to use. And then once you decide to put it all in there, it's like, okay, you got a lot,
Because there's some sequences in here that feel really oddly placed.
Yeah.
Just because this is the part of the story they got to go in. They don't really fit, but this is the only place where you can put them.
Okay, so starting off, I was saying like things like the Lois Lane, because I watched it again, so I really started paying attention what I was like didn't want in there, because I was wanted to get to the story. The part where Lois Lane's walking in the rain and stuff, that was like about three minutes.
Well, if you take all of her stuff, really the only things you need of her are establishing why she would be there during when Superman is fighting the
It was like a
League.
video. It was like a music video.
Yeah.
A sad song music video.
You need to establish why she's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to have, I guess, since that's how you wrote it, you need to have her talking sense into Superman.
Right.
But outside of that, outside of just 2 moments, you don't need her. And instead she gets throughout the movie a solid 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's even that much. She wasn't in there that much. I won't say, because I just don't recall.
Because a lot of her stuff isn't even scenes that she's doing anything in. She's just there while Superman's gazing out at a dead cornfield.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, he reunite with her, so we got to have that. Well, I'm just saying, this scenes like that push that time on where also Aquaman scene, if we want to go by hero,
Yeah.
Aquaman had 2 times where he mysteriously mysteriously went away with the water tide or whatever, with the wave of the water. It's like you did it once, and then when he did it the second time, that was like a music video.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was
we
absolutely.
don't need this again.
Not like a music video. That was a music video.
or Kevin Kline commercial or something. You know where,
dude? You know what? Like I was waiting for the Hugo Boss Hugo Blue logo to come
yeah. I mean, because
matter of fact, I think Jason Momoa did one of those commercials once.
Well, they should have just took that scene and used that for the
Just
commercial.
use it verbatim.
Because, okay, you have the scene when he was talking to Bruce, and then, I don't want to join you, blah, blah, blah. And then the water come and he disappeared, It's like, all right, cool, And he do it again after he saved the fisherman or whatever, and then he walking with the bottle of liquor or whatever, and they showing him drinking it slowly, walking slow on the dock, and then take his shirt off and then, smash the bottle down.
It's a cologne commercial, man.
Yeah, and smash the bottle down and the water coming. And that was 2.5 minutes. It's like, okay.
Just for him leaving. Yeah. This is just him leaving. Like the first time you ever see that, like, in the Whedon cut, it's like, oh, whoa, where'd he go? He pulled the Batman on Batman.
Yeah.
But then when you see it the second time, the Snyder cut, you got like the
he
whole.
He do it twice.
He does it twice, but the second time when he's walking down the pier, and the second he hits the pier, it goes slow mo. The music kicks in. He slowly drains the bottle, throws it down, slowly strips off his shirt,
and then
shakes his hair out. Then the wave comes up in slow motion, swallows him up, and then
hold on, and then the girl grab his sweater. And them girls was thirsty as hell.
Like she buried her face in his sweater, took a whole whiff.
Right, and then. And then when he leave, they sing a song for him when he leave and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, we could go without some of this.
And like this.
Which you got to wonder, like the Whedon cut, they knew that, and they got all that out of there.
And also like this is something that just occurred to me on my second watch. Do they know he's like technically like in line to be the king of Atlantis? Because they act like
the people in Iceland or whatever?
They act like they know he's the king.
Well, no, he helps them.
I know, but like they
just think of him as like a savior.
But you know what? Like maybe this is just not a Snyder thing, but like it makes me about as uncomfortable as like when folks are like reaching out to touch Superman in that.
That part on VVS where everybody just touching him.
It's like we don't.
Well, then other people had a problem with that where Snyder looks at them as like icons and not people, and it gets to a point where you kind of going too far with that.
Because like even in the comics, they never get to that level,
Right. I mean, it's just a point when we watching it, it's like, yeah, y'all going a little too hard.
There's this Messiah complex thing that people keep putting on Superman that doesn't exist in the actual media.
Yeah.
And it's really cringy.
Yeah. So that's always been a problem that people have with Zack Snyder, the way he viewed these heroes. And I don't care for it. It's like I overlooked it, but now it's becoming a problem. Because, I overlooked the whole thing about everybody touching Superman and all this stuff. Like, he's a god. And I'm like, I don't remember people thinking of him like that.
One of the like, I used to argue with my mom about, like, the Superman versus Batman, who's better, and all that. Yeah. And, like, one thing she'd always bring up and I had to give her was, no one has any problem walking up to Superman and saying, hey, Supes, how's your day going?
I mean, that's Batman's point, though.
But no, but I'm like,
if he was approachable, then he wouldn't be doing his job.
Like, this is kind of the problem. Like, this movie kind of cements one of my problems with the way Zack Snyder, like, chose to do Superman is there's nothing human in his character. Like, at least nothing, like that nothing positively human in his character. And part of that is just Henry Cavill, but like he's like extremely aloof. He's not approachable. He's exceedingly stoic. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That is the way he played. A lot of people don't like that. It's another version of it, so I mean, you can take it or leave it. So
It's just,
moving on.
with the way Zack Snyder has toned this movie, it's a bit much. That's all.
Yeah, so moving on, man. Another scene that I really could do without was that Flash scene.
Yeah.
So we can move on to we went from Aquaman to
another music video.
Flash. Yes, another video. Now I get what they was trying to establish with that scene, and they did cut that out. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's better without this. You know,
we needed all of these sequences, but we didn't need each scene.
Well, okay, that whole scene, slow motion of a sesame seed falling off falling off the burger, and I'm like, okay, yeah, don't need this.
Yeah.
I mean, and we got the whole the what's the name of the song playing? I don't know what song was playing. Some slow song was playing, and we did establish Irish though. But that whole scene was kind of set up kind of like, this is like, I don't want to say it was like a way to establish, like, first of all, the dude eating a burger. It's like, that's like, you see that a lot, right? Where they want to set up an accident, they have somebody not paying attention to the road.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the way they did it was like, oh God, this is so cliche.
You know what, when I saw that scene again, all I could think of is what you said when we was watching the first time. I was like, you really gonna eat that? Like after it falls on the floor.
Or he like,
this is the most important thing in my life right now. I gotta get this burger back.
So anyway, that scene, yeah, we can do without. I did like the effect of him, smashing through the window with his fingertip and all that stuff, but it just didn't need it.
Yeah, like one of the best things that this movie has done for the Flash is like showcase at this stage the consequence of his power being used, because like there's a lot of kinetic energy going on, and then it's a great effect. It's a really great effect. Probably the best super speed effect I've seen put on the DC side so far.
Yeah, and
they keep him from just looking like Quicksilver. So.
Well, yeah, I know. It's who did it first though? Quicksilver scene. Yeah, that was 14.
Yeah.
It's the same essential scene for real.
Yeah.
Just played off a little different, and then you got comedy there, so you can't really get that many points for that because it's been done.
True.
But yeah, it can do without that scene. And my whole thing is, I like to see Flash. I don't know. I like to see super speed done a different way now. Like I said, we had this conversation before where they do super speed so much that they run out of ideas how to do it, and you either do everybody else moves slow motion, he move in a regular motion. That person can move like with a blur or whatever. But they pretty much doing the same thing they do with X-Men.
Yeah.
With the Quicksilver, and it's cool except they got all the blue lightning around them. That's kind of the difference or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you watch the way that he was running before you rebuttal, if you watch the way he was running, he had this. I was like, that's my whole problem.
Yeah.
The way he moves, it's so sloppy. It's like, I see why he trips.
He doesn't know how to run.
Yeah.
Like, say what you will about the CW, but like at least when Grant Gustin runs, he looks like he's running.
Yeah.
Like,
I would rather them just do the blur effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It's just the fact that we seen the slow motion effect. We seen that even in Smallville.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's not saying that nobody else can do it because they've been done. It's just the fact, give me something different. But that's fine. It's just that scene didn't really.
I also feel like if you're going to have a speedster, you have to be a little more judicious with your slow motion.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not a moment that calls for it, or if it doesn't have good impact, it shouldn't be slow motion. Like,
okay.
So there's setup stuff. So like when Flash is getting Wonder Woman back her sword, or when you're showing that Superman can see him when he's moving at super speed.
Right.
Do that in slow mo. Bet. But every time he's doing stuff, you don't have to have it in slow mo.
Now I'm gonna tell you what's name will give you a good effect on it. Justice Game.
Oh yeah.
They pretty much move fast. They kind of do with the blur. and this is one scene where Reverse Flash is chasing regular Flash.
Yeah.
And they running through cars and traffic and stuff.
Yeah.
So the cars are slowed down, but they moving fast. It's dope. You know,
Well, like, and that's
I
the
like
thing.
to see something like that.
I feel like because they are so fast that when the world is at slow mo, they're still clearly moving at super speed.
Yeah, but when you just see them moving regular, just with the blue light around them,
Yeah.
it's not. I'm not having that.
Well,
effect.
that and like they take it a step further here than the Quicksilver scene did. Where in the Quicksilver scene, he's moving at regular speed when the rest of the world is slowed down. With the Flash scenes, he's moving slowly
Yeah, and awkward.
and awkward. It's just it doesn't feel good.
So okay, that's the only thing on Flash that was a little a little too extra for me.
Yeah.
But I'm going through the bad first. Well, not the bad. I'm going through the stuff that I would like cut out, and then I'm gonna talk about things that really worked. Now with Wonder Woman, moving on to Wonder Woman, I liked her scene. I liked her scenes, of course, which you saw these in the Whedon cut. But what I didn't like is the little music they play. You know what, they play this little in the background.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I guess that's supposed to be the Greek god singing or something.
I don't know what that was.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're
Because I don't know
talking
if you
about.
heard it in
I
the
heard
original
it.
because we didn't have the sound up there loud.
Right. I heard it, but like
When you watched it,
I've
did
never
you-
known what to call it.
Yeah, well, I didn't particularly like that. I like her theme, her theme.
Yeah.
But then they played the little, I guess, Greek god theme or whatever. Especially when they on Themyscira.
Yeah.
And then when they talk about her, and then when she started explaining stuff, they started playing that music too. I'm like, drop this. And I think this is her theme for Justice League, I guess.
But like I only ever hear this and stuff set in like this like in a very particular
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah, it is.
period piece, and it's like that sort of Greco-Roman Hellenistic stuff.
I guess
Hercules
that's like
300, all that kind of stuff.
Right, that's what it was called back to.
And I don't know what to call that, but I don't need it.
Yeah, I didn't like it. When I was listening to it, I was like, ugh, that's taking me out.
You know what? It's kind of like when you're watching like any like Shaolin movie, and then like some Tibetan throat singers come in a scene that doesn't call for that kind of like ambiance. You're just in an action scene, and you hear that.
Yeah, well, drop that. But I mean, that
Sound
that was
Lucy
the thing. I
Lawless
mean,
harmonizing on loop.
yeah, and then she did a lot of exposition, a lot of explaining or whatever. But then they played it while she was talking. I was like, why are you playing this? That just kind of made me mad. Just that little thing. But yeah, I did like. Of course, I liked her scene, but I'm thinking like, actually, the Whedon cut handled the end of that scene a little better.
I think so.
Only because it didn't make no sense for her to use her shockwave move on that dude and blow the whole wall out, which you could have hurt those kids.
Yeah,
And
like
just to be cool.
Yeah, because I think maybe Snyder forgot that's an omnidirectional attack. Like you don't just get to set that off and it only goes
It don't just
straight
go
forward.
one way; it goes every direction.
Yeah.
And the kids was right behind her. Now, I mean, and then you already established you fast enough to take him out, and before he reloaded that gun,
All you had to do was drop kick him out the room.
drop kick him out the room, out the window, whatever. You showed that you can move so
I mean,
fast.
You
that
could have just zipped up to him, smacked him in the face,
just like you did them other guys.
Yeah.
His gun ran out of bullets.
You
He
waited for
took
him
his
to
clip out to put another clip in,
Not
and that
only
was your chance.
Not only that, you waited for him to come to terms with what he just saw, decide he would try again,
Yeah.
dump the empty mag, and go for a fresh one. You let him do all of that, and you could have moved and taken him out at any time.
Yeah, so that's just a little small stuff like that. I was like, okay, that was a nitpick though.
Yeah.
That was just something I saw. I'm like, okay, but that was my whole thing about Wonder Woman. It was just that music. I don't know. I didn't have too much other problems with just that music.
I'm gonna have to get that so I can just start playing that.
No.
Like just, hey, so you.
Okay, so let's move on. Cyborg.
You know what? I don't have many problems with Cyborg as part of this movie, just because I didn't have anything to compare it to.
I'm gonna tell you my problem with Cyborg. He was too damn sad. it was like you one note. I mean, I know he can't. I know he's a tragic character, but like, I mean, like he never cheered up. Like even after he started helping,
Robot Boy.
And even before he got turned to Cyborg, he was crying and stuff. Why didn't Dad come to my game? Man, grow
like let's not like he's in college,
and not to mention Ray Fisher is like huge.
Yeah,
he just don't seem like he's in high school. Was he in college? That was college.
Look.
I guess that was college. That was a dean. He was talking to.
It had to be college.
He just did. He just. He's he's a young man, but he don't seem like he's that young.
Yeah.
It's just seeing him cry about his dad. That's something you do when you 10.
Yeah.
But when you like 20.
Also, let's keep in mind, like it's established that this ain't new, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. You cry, but they showed him doing the cry face.
He didn't show up at none of the other games neither. Why do you think he was going to show up to this one?
Because this was the big game.
This your first big game, Mister? I've been like a football star since my junior year in high school.
It's cool, man. It's just I just thought he was a little too sad. I was like, come on, man.
Like that's one thing that the Whedon cut does have is that he brightened Cyborg up.
Yeah, he tried to.
Well, he tried.
He made him laugh at the end.
But then again, he also barely put Cyborg in the movie. So.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He cut out a lot of his stuff or whatever. So, I mean, it was my whole thing. It's just like, okay, god damn. At some point, are we going to get over this? That was just my whole thing with Cyborg. And so we got Batman. Now, do you think everything... Did they do anything different or everything worked for you with Batman?
I was a little uncomfortable with how I don't know, like
well, a little bit. I'll tell you what my problem was in battle. He didn't really seem too effective.
Yeah.
He was okay, but they gave me that good idea of his gauntlets catches the energy and shoot him back, and I'm like, cool, use that more. And he only used it like 2 times. Yeah, I was like, I'll use that, and then he kept grabbing. Where was that gun he had? Like he used this little, I guess, an alien gun.
Yeah, he would grab him off the parademons. But like, I get that.
It'd have been cool if he just used his gauntlets to shoot.
Well, that's so what I thought they were gonna do when they first showed it. Because like when they showed them testing the gauntlets at first, like they don't shoot out the energy, they just disperse it.
Right. Well, all right. So once they shoot you, you can shoot it back.
No, it just disperses it as heat.
Right. I mean, where he absorb it and then shoot it back. Right?
No. It absorbs the energy, disperses it as heat, and then it just dissipates. It doesn't shoot out.
No, he was shooting.
Not with the gauntlets.
So they only to stop.
They're just to keep him from getting killed by energy blasts. That's it.
I thought they shot back.
But what I thought they were going to do with it was he was going to use
I swear I thought he shot back with that.
If he did, I missed that. But like what I thought they were going to do was, because when you see them testing the gauntlets, like the heat dissipates through the scallops on the blades on the gauntlets, right? I thought he was going to use them offensively. So like basically hot knife through butter situation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever. I was hoping that he did use him to shoot back. That kind of give him somewhat of equal footing to be fighting these people that's super strong or whatnot.
Yeah.
But
like he doesn't feel necessary.
Yeah,
as Batman
he's putting the team together, but he's like, it seems like he's getting them to fight. Like he the coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, what we do next, coach? You know what I'm saying?
All right, I
want you up here. Batman is sort of the coach because he's the strategist and he the.
Yeah.
Which I don't. That's another thing I hate that they never get about Batman. His strategies, like I don't never see it come across in movies.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like he doesn't plan things in the movies. He just reacts to things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a really, it's a horrid misuse of the character. It's kind of like one of the things that this solo Batman flick is trying to address is like no one ever shows him actually deducing anything.
Like where he'll come out and he'll win the fight. It look like he's losing, then he'll end up winning the fight because something that you did not notice that he was planning the whole time. You know, but they don't kind of do it like that.
In the Justice League cartoon and in the comic it's based off of, I forget what it's called, but like the way they write it, it's like, Batman's dead. Oh no, what are we gonna do now? It was a trick the whole time. You know, it's like, that's Batman. You know, like he'll slip back in the shadows, regroup, observe, find out how to take out the bad guy, come in at the last minute, do his business. You know, and I get that Snyder wanted to make Bruce Wayne more of a focus than Batman in this movie, but the consequence is you don't need Batman in this movie.
Yeah, you don't, because he's like I said, he's like the coach. Yeah. But see, I hate the fact that he's not really a good coach, because if you ever read some comics, or I used to listen to audiobooks. I was. They was kind of show Batman was more effective by giving everybody strategies where people was losing, and then Batman would tell them what they should do to win, and then they was like, damn, that worked. You know, they was like, but it's like, I just don't see it, you know, whereas like where he could be like, hey, you need to do, you know, use your power this way, use your power that way. If I saw more of that, you know what I'm saying, then I'd be like, oh, well, we need him.
Was that Young Justice where the Justice League was like failing to stop Amazo? He came in like in 5 seconds, took it out. Like, like he would, like, you had to trick it into copying so-and-so's ability so that we can do such and such.
All right, I see a weakness there, so if you tack that right there, you know, so why somebody like Aquaman to just jump in like, yeah, and you know, not paying attention to what the weakness is, and then he fell, and then Batman tell him, hey, look, you need to go this direction because the weakness is this and that. All right, he go in and he beat him, and it's like right on, Batman, and it's the point of, we need you, not because of your strength, it's because of your strategy and your brain. But I didn't see that.
And I think that's
which they don't do that in no movies.
No, they never get that right. But like, I feel like having him there as a kind of a damsel in distress.
I don't know about that.
Like, well, you know, it's like he tried to make a sacrifice play, so of course they completely disregarded the strategy he had already given them to come, you know, swoop him up. I just feel like it would play better, you know. Like, I would love to see, like, Superman, I need you to superheat this with the heat vision. Flash, I need you to throw a lightning bolt.
I'm just looking at this scene right here. We'll go ahead and finish saying what you said. We'll talk about this.
I think it would have been a much better use of Batman, like, narratively, but it's done. So
yeah. That's my problems with Batman. I thought they should use him a little better, other than putting the team together, which that was kind of like his thing. But then once he got the team together, you got to give them better strategies, especially since they never done this before. All of them was not active superheroes. They just had superpowers.
Like, the only one that doesn't actively need you telling them what to do is Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, right. The rest of them, it's like, and they played that in the Whedon cut, it was, they cut that out. I do kind of like the idea of it, but the joke was a little too, where he's like, I don't fight people, I just push people and run away. And, you know, it made it a little real weak, but it do also make sense. I never fought nobody before. You know, I was always just use my power for whatever when I saw somebody in trouble or whatever. Now we got to actually fight, you know. I just think it would have been better use for Batman to have more strategies or relay strategies to the other Justice League members. That would have made him more useful. Because a coach don't play, but you can't win without the coach. Right.
Like, that's their job, is to tell you, like, you really good at doing what you do.
Yeah.
He's good at knowing how you should do it.
Yeah. So that was my complaint. But like we said, they do it in every Batman movie. He just run into fights, you know, without no strategy anyway. It's like,
like,
this ain't even
he
Batman.
either just happens to be there when the stuff happens. He goes, changes his clothes, and goes to work, or, you know, whatever. Yeah. Alfred was right. You did your job. You got the group together. You can quit now.
So is Superman on the one left? Did I forget somebody?
I mean, unless you want to go into Martian Manhunter.
Well, he ain't. Yeah, I'm just doing the main members now. We're gonna talk about Manhunter.
Superman.
We've been talking for 30 minutes.
Seriously?
Damn.
It's the Justice League effect.
All right, so Superman. Now they brought Superman in late, which is cool because the whole movie was getting everybody together, and they had to bring him back to life, which is like, wow, okay.
Yeah. You know, because I don't know if it's just because of the runtime of the movie, but the Whedon cut feels like it's set up for bringing Superman back.
Yeah.
The Snyder cut feels like a thing that is happening, and then they get the idea to bring.
Yeah, it's like, well, it was basically saying Batman always had that idea.
Yeah,
but the rest of them was like, oh yeah, we should do that.
yeah.
Like, what? As soon as they found out that the mother boxes can bring things back to life, it was like,
Yeah,
Superman, bring Superman back to life.
Yeah.
Wait, we don't know if that'll happen.
like
Like they came up to the conclusion so
Aquaman
fast.
is literally the only. What?
Oh, no.
No. What?
They came up to the conclusion so fast. Like, yeah, the mother boxes fixed
Hey,
stuff.
look, like Flash literally.
Anybody
said,
else gonna say it?
Is anybody else gonna say it? Huh? We're all thinking it.
Say what?
Because I'm looking at this scene. I'm like, I know what's coming because I've seen the movie.
Bring back Superman. Bring what? First off, that's something that's like a taboo. Like we'll never think about bringing somebody back from the dead.
Yeah. Like at least in the comics, you know, it's like when that's utilized in these, like you get the idea that Superman's not dead.
That's the whole point. He wasn't dead. He was
wasn't
just like
dead.
hibernating
He
or
was-
something.
You know, so then to just say it's like we can bring Superman back. Like, okay, whoa, pump your brakes there.
Right. And then when he come back, I don't know. I guess his instincts was just there.
You know, Rage woke up first. You know, he woke up from the grave and chose violence immediately.
Yeah. Pet Cemetery. Which they took that out.
Sometimes dead is better.
But yeah, but honestly, when he came to the fight, it was like it's not even a fair fight no more. He would just beat the shit out of him.
Man.
Which I understand. Which somebody said the mother boxes only woke up because Superman died. That
Yeah.
scream woke him
Yeah.
up. But I was like, what about before he was even born or before he even got to Earth?
Yeah.
The mother box been here for 1,000 years, so why?
So
Because he only been here for 30 years.
Yeah, the way it was put to me was like there was enough energy being displaced during the fight with Doomsday,
Right.
and
To
when
kind of wake him up.
to kind of wake them up.
Okay, I got you.
And so it's like that scream is just like kind of like that last like necessary energy like being displaced to wake
Yeah.
them up.
And they call out the dark side, or dark side was, well, what I was hearing, dark side controlled them, but what Cyborg did was kind of rewrite the program or whatever and made it look like dark side was telling it to do something like that. I mean, if you get technical, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. He kind of just hacked it, basically,
Pretty
to
much.
bring back Superman. But that's when he saw the image, the
Yeah.
nightmare future, and he said no. And Barry said, "Oh, go."
Well, like because like the mother boxes are sentient to a degree, and at least in the comics they have some level of sentience. I wasn't sure how much they have in the movies because like there's a quick little soundbite about like they're alive, but like they never like went into that, so I don't know.
Man, it just look like he a bully right here.
You know what? I wish he had the 5 o'clock shadow for that.
But hold on, I'm gonna show this thing right here, man, because I was like, where's the
Interesting
drama?
is how Superman didn't return the sparkly goody two shoes, which is good because after all, a few hours
Right here,
Dude, look at
like
that.
he even hit him, and then look, hit him again. It's like, leave him alone, leave him alone.
Stay down, punk.
Like he is no match for you. Okay, Superman, you ain't gotta beat him down like that. Dude, hold on, I just need to catch my breath. Wow. It's like,
Can we just like if he had like the mullet in the 5 o'clock shadow, he would clearly be the bad guy in this situation.
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, he attacked because Superman was gone, so that now I see why. Because he
Man,
just wasn't even no match for him.
Superman stomped a mud hole in his.
Yeah, true. But yeah, Superman come back. He had to come back. So was he? He didn't see. I guess. I said, was his personality better on the Whedon cut or this one?
I don't think it's that different.
You don't think so?
Like, cause like Whedon tried to make him a little brighter, a little more cheery.
Yeah, he was a little more,
you know,
nice guy.
but like, I don't think that plays to Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
So it feels weird seeing him do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it also feels weird watching him just be a bully to the villain for a solid 5 minutes. Like, just that fight.
I
was
mean,
so
well, the
one-sided.
dude was asking for it.
I
It
know,
ain't
but
like,
it's like no, like one-sided fights should not go on that long. Like when the music starts to fade away and dude is still punching. Like all you hear is impact. Like in that scene, all you hear and see, mind you, is impact. Like he's displacing air when he's punching this dude in the face. Like it's pitiful.
so
That's all I'm saying.
yeah. So let's talk about Steppenwolf. We got all the Justice League members. So they definitely changed Steppenwolf, a big deal, and it really works.
Man, that armor is gorgeous.
Yeah, the armor's dope because it moves.
Yeah.
Now, if it didn't move, then I'd be like, okay, it's a little shiny. But it's cool because it's some kind of whatever metal and it moves. That makes it pretty
Like,
kind of.
I'm willing to bet you a good deal of the time spent making this movie was just animating that armor.
I don't know about that.
Well, no, because keep in mind you have to render the surfaces. You have to match the lighting. You have to do that while making the armor move.
Uh-huh.
It has to move independent and
Get some of that. Go ahead,
jointly
finish
with his character model.
talking.
So
Uh-huh.
like, you're constantly rechecking values. Like Cyborg's the same way.
We got to talk about those arms too. Well,
What was the point of the
they
arms?
didn't do nothing. It was
Like,
just,
the
it was
arms
just a
never
cool
helped.
aesthetic to say, I got these arms. They
Like,
did nothing.
It was cool to show that he could do it,
Yeah.
but
It didn't do anything.
it showed that he shouldn't bother. Like the only
It would help if he was doing some office work where he could just he can do multiple things at once.
like maybe if he's working some computers and he needs more arms to work more devices or something, but he's just straight up like,
It's just something cool
It's
where they
cool.
can say, "Oh, look, he can do this."
There's a
But they should have
reason-
made it at least be somewhat effective.
There's a reason that pretty much the only things you ever see Cyborg making out of himself are thrusters and a cannon. Because like his powers are such that most of the other stuff isn't necessary. Why does he need more arms? He can just have tendrils come out of himself and jack
Well,
into
I mean,
devices.
okay,
You know,
so
it's like,
more arms to punch you with. That's what it's for. So
he should have used it on the Parademons, not on damn Steppenwolf.
yeah, okay. So back to Steppenwolf. The whole scene where he talking to Darkseid and
They
the
fixed
other
his
guy
motivation.
needed that. The movie desperately needed that because in the original version he just pop up, just smacking bitches and said, "Where my money, bitch?" You know what I'm saying? But now it's like now we understand why
Yeah.
he's here,
He actually has a cogent motivation in this movie now.
and
And they fixed his crazy ass.
if I can
lines.
find that damn scene, but when the dude said you owe 50,000 worlds, Steppenwolf was like, "What?"
50,000 worlds.
Like, wait, hold up. Let me talk to him. That's my people's. It's like, no.
Like, look, I know what he said.
Right. He's like,
I know what he said.
like, dude, hold on. He didn't really mean that. So if you let me talk to him, I
Like-
can straighten this out.
Like, look, I know what it. Okay, so what had happened was.
So yeah, no, bro. We need 50,000 worlds before you can even talk to Darkseid.
Okay, look. Okay, I get that. I hear you. But I think this one will do if you just let me ask him.
Say, look, if you look in the history books, in this world, Darkseid got his ass whooped, and
Bro.
and I'm about to conquer it. So
Hey, look, and he forgot the planet. He got his ass whooped so bad that he forgot the
that's
planet.
right. That don't make sense to me.
Like, how-
Like you forgot that planet was there. Like you got your ass handed to you.
Because like I was talking with a buddy about it. It's like, so
Where's that? See, I had
so
it.
how did he get to the planet? Well, he took a boom tube. So he knew where the planet was. Yes, but he forgot.
Well, when he got on the ship and they threw him
Oh,
back on
yeah,
the
yeah.
ship, it was like get your ass, and they kicked him in the ass on his way out. He like, I'm gonna get you, bitch, and then he's just like,
but he forgot the whole solar system.
yeah, I guess they probably forgot he lost. Like, remember when you had lost? What? I ain't lose. What you talking about?
Wait, look.
It's a great one. You never lost.
That's why Steppenwolf owes 50,000 worlds. He's like, hey, remember that time you got whooped on that one play?
You owe me 50,000.
You owe me 50,000 worlds. Get your ass. Get to work.
Where that scene is, but actually somebody doing a little narration over it though.
Good dialogues, cooler bad guys, and non-awkward moustacheless faces. Zack Snyder's Justice League is every bit of what the fans...
Okay, this is just somebody a little narration. Yeah. But the thing was, he went there and was like, hey, yeah, I got this planet, this planet pretty nice. You gonna really want this? Add this to your collection.
But like he was spitting some nice games too. It's like, so look, I found the mother boxes. All right, so we can get back to setting up the Unity like we used to do in the good old days.
Right.
It's gonna be great. So look, I got all the big man stuff is on this planet. All right, all of it. All his stuff is on this planet. He gonna want to know about it. So if you just let me talk to him, nah, bruh.
Like, look, hold on. Yeah, I just talked to him. He said, you owe 50,000 planets.
You owe 50 stacks, bruh. He said he ain't gonna talk to you till you give him 50 stacks. Nah, but this is worth
No. Well, I'm just saying though. If he just let me show him these.
So you got but you got 50 stacks to show him?
No. You know what?
Because if you ain't got 50 stacks, you ain't got nothing to show, Darkseid.
So yeah, but then it was funny that when Steppenwolf found the anti-life equation on there, he was like, "Wait a minute,
look,
this is the world. You got your hell no."
First of all, when he come and tell Decide, hey, so I found that anti-life equation that the boss was. Wait, Darkseid came in, get your ass out of the way. Let me talk to this. You got my shit.
Right. He's like, the Great One won't even talk to you. Hold on, you got to move. Hold up. Ain't that the same planet that I went through 5,000 years ago and I had a snafu?
Yes, sir. You tripped.
Yeah, you tripped and fell on somebody's axe. Like, oh, yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, I owed him one. So, I'm coming back there.
So you found all my mother? Yeah, one was just like buried, like in a 3-foot hole.
Actually, that's been found. That was like in a museum or something.
So that one was buried 3 feet underground.
That's the one that
got brought out of ground, and he still couldn't find. Man, no wonder.
That's the one that Cyborg had.
Yeah, man, no wonder Steppenwolf owed 50,000 worlds. That mother wasn't even hidden that way. It was in some dude's closet.
Anyway, but yeah, all. Great improvements to Steppenwolf and stuff. I had no problems there.
They took out my favorite line, thank God.
What's that?
Like when he's getting ready to boom tube away from the Amazons. You will come to love me. Like, what I still don't know.
Mother. But no,
Mother.
So, I mean, what's left is the nightmare scene. We can break down that nightmare scene. And I talked to you before, once I started making sense of it, there was everybody that Warner Brothers still had contracts with.
Yeah.
And
so
they thought they was slick.
Amber Heard got her last appearance.
I bet you they asked Zack Snyder to do this, and he was like, let me finish my movie, and I'll do that. It was a favor for a favor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they got, like you said, Amber Heard, which I was like, why is she here? You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no real importance to the storyline like that.
One more film on that contract.
Right, because they all signed multiple deals. You know, so you got Amber Heard and Joe Manganiello. He signed multiple deals, and Jared Leto.
Yeah.
And all of them was kind of threatening to sue because they was going to stop the DC universe.
Yeah.
All of them was like, look, we got multiple picture deals, and now y'all saying y'all ain't going to do the universe. We need to get paid. You know, so they killed all that by saying, "All right, cool, we got you." So when they did they just did the nightmare scene, threw them all in there.
You know, not only that,
and if they didn't come and do it, they was gonna void their contract.
This is also all the characters that they was catching noise over. So you got Flash, Ezra Miller's been, ain't exactly the most politically correct person.
Oh, choking out a chick.
Choking out a chick. Amber Heard, she been found out,
Yeah.
Nothing against Joe Manganiello, but come on.
Well, they had the multi-picture deal with him because he's supposed to did the Batman and all that stuff.
But like, so this is like they need to get his stuff taken care of. Low key, they need to get Affleck's stuff taken care of.
Yep.
You know, because they did owe him a movie.
Yeah.
You know,
So this was to close all those
cleaned
books.
house.
Yeah.
They cleaned house.
I just noticed. I was like, why these characters? You know, Deathstroke, Mirror. Like, if I was gonna do a nightmare scene, I wouldn't have them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it still was okay. It still worked because it was like whoever left or whatever. But I just started noticing why these actors or why these characters. And now it just really dawned on me they owe those contracts to them. So did it work?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't think it did a better job of setting the scene than the original Nightmare scene, though.
Yeah.
Like, it showcases that Flash is actually there.
Right.
Instead of like,
and then you know that he's got to go back.
Yeah.
And I feel like Superman finna come down and kill all of them, and Flash is the only person gonna get away in the Speed Force.
Yeah. So
he got to reset time. And I was like, okay, yeah, that'd be a good movie to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of seeing that same happy-go-lucky stuff, let me see something that I have never seen. Because wasn't it always one superhero movie is just like the next?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now we have never seen these superheroes in the distress like this. And, you know, this desperateness of we got to survive. You know, it ain't just come and save the day. No, we got to survive. I want to see that.
Yeah. Well, like, because it was, what was that? Was that Justice League? Was that Flashpoint Paradox? Where like the world went to hell because of and it's like so
and then it was a different past where Thomas Wayne was Superman. I mean Batman.
Like, I would love for them to set all that up and then like just wrap it up in a nice bow. And like, if nothing else, that gives them a comic appropriate way of saying, and this is why we're not making these anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Days of Future Past where you can fix everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now this is canon. That's what they did with X-Men.
Yeah.
They go back and they're like, okay, now this is canon.
And now we have a bunch of people who never age.
Yeah. But still, though, it can work. It will be fun to see that.
I don't think there's anyone like against the idea at this point.
Warner Brothers.
They're just against fun. They're against fun comic book movies.
It'd be nice to see that in on HBO Max at least.
Yeah.
If they want to continue.
Nothing else, like this HBO Max stuff, like gives an outlet for that sort of stuff. Look, y'all ain't got no faith in it. You already have subscribers. You know you'll get subscribers because of it. Just shoot it to HBO Max if you ain't got no faith.
That's a nice little shot, but look at this. Don't Cyborg look kind of computer generated there? Look at it right here. She get closer. Can you see? It's like his face looks so computer generated.
Well, I mean, because
I know.
Like, and I will say, like, I get why they didn't just map his face onto it. But you could have just rotoed his face in there. Like, you didn't have to.
But
give
see,
him a
this went by
CGI
so
face.
quick that I didn't notice it until I paused it.
But there's a lot of scenes in here where he has a CGI face.
Well, see, also they couldn't polish it.
Yeah,
because of the time.
I just don't like it.
Well, yeah, I know it was some unfinished CGI because of, you know, he wasn't even planning on finishing it. And they didn't have time to do everything.
But what I will say is they
they
prioritize well, because even on the unfinished CG in this, all your values are matched. So like your lighting, your composition, all that is good. You just don't have the polish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't get this like secondary armor bat suit. Like, it's so pointless. Like, I like the look of
cool.
It just looks cool. It's so pointless.
Well, no, give him some protection, I guess.
He never took he took what, 2 hits while wearing it?
That's what they told you. Okay, so let's talk about the stingers. Martian Manhunter.
Martha Manhunter.
Is that what they've been calling her?
That's what I'm calling her. Martha Manhunter.
How you look?
I'm for it.
Actually, it's a lot like, what's his name? The guy who played the. He looks a lot like him with a little,
Yeah.
which is actually pretty good. Where it's kind of a similar deal with Thanos and Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
So I like that actually. Which is like almost like it's almost like why do you have to turn to the Manhunter then turn into that just to show us?
Just to show off. Just to show off, man. That's it. They
No,
gotta
just to show
it off.
us. But that's fine. Which I was like they basically she had to talk her into going back to the newspaper and keep on reporting or whatever, or he did or whatever.
You know what? I will say it's a bit of a shame that the version of the Justice League they decided to go with, their origin as a group centers more around Cyborg, whereas in the earlier version, the one that ends up in the cartoons, is it's centered more around Martian Manhunter. Just because I do love that one line where Batman stops and says, "I've got like I've got a $600,000 piece of rock to take out the one from Metropolis."
Yeah, and
all I need is a penny for a book of matches.
Yeah, which I wouldn't let that get out there that's my weakness. Because that's easy to...
hey, buddy, you need no!
Get that away from me! But no, what about the little cameos by like Green Lantern?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Somebody said this is like the first Green Lantern, or he was a Green Lantern way back when.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
What does that mean?
I'm neither for nor against. Like I'm not a Green Lantern guy. Like the only lanterns I like are Kyle Rayner and Jon Stewart. So we're pretty far away from seeing either of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Green Lantern guy either. It never, it's just he's like when you see the superheroes, he's just one of them guys. Okay, they cool, they there, but it's like you got a ring. Nobody care
like
about
that. That and I'm not too big on seeing a Green Lantern that isn't just voiced by Phil Lamar at this point.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't care about Jon Stewart until he ended up on the cartoon.
Yeah.
So.
Which, I mean, you didn't know too much, or I didn't know too much. I remember, I think, seeing him once or twice. But like I said, I never was into Green Lanterns.
Yeah. Because, like, even in the comics, he was just a stand-in.
And, I mean, his power is actually kind of great, but it's just, you know, his character didn't seem that cool to me. Now, after that movie...
none of the Green Lanterns are all that good as characters, and most of their storylines are extremely problematic. I just don't think this day and age you're going to see a lot of Green Lantern stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that was all good, man. All the little cameos and by Zeus and all that.
Zeus the Chad.
Moving on, the last thing, the Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker.
I still can't stand that
How do you feel?
I still can't stand that laugh.
Do you think it works moving forward, or?
I still stand by what I said way back when we first saw Suicide Squad. I think Jared Leto can play a good Joker. I think he showed a little bit of that in the Nightmare sequence. But I think we're getting to the point where we need to stop focusing on the Joker.
Yeah. That's the one time I'll be happy that he kills the Joker.
Well, you heard it from the man himself. He will fucking kill him.
Yeah. Do it.
Go ahead, baby.
I dare you. Do it. Do it, Batman. Do it. Go. You think I want to do it? You think I want to
Hold me back. Hold me back.
But no, seriously, it was, man, it was great, man. Just cut out some of them slow motion scenes.
Yeah.
And, the nightmare scene really didn't need. And you'll have a much tighter movie. I would love to see that version.
Yeah.
Where it's like I can watch it without some of this little extra stuff.
Yeah.
Like if I can get to like 3.5 hours or 3 hours 20 minutes by cutting out some of that little extra stuff, I would be happy.
And
to see
you
it.
definitely can.
I mean, the movie was amazing though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about it like it's like I didn't like it or something. But yeah, that was my experience watching it again. Yeah, that's our spoiler discussion. Thanks for checking out the video, and please subscribe to the channel if you like our content, and leave us. And hit the bell icon. Sorry, hit the bell icon so you can get alerts anytime we post new videos.
And while you're still here, if you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that we're doing good stuff and people need to see more of us. And drop a comment down below. What did you think this movie needed or didn't need?
Yes. All right, y'all. We out of here.
Peace.